Mental discipline, great life in the army. That's the army, this is a prison, this is a modern prison. Worst case, if they flog a prisoner here, he'll die. Would that matter in a modern prison? Yeah? You reckon? We kill prisoners today? Not a trick question, guys. Can we kill prisoners today? Why? What happens if you do?
You get sued.
Well, paperwork, I'd say, but I suppose moving in the same direction. If we kill a prisoner today in Australia, what would be expected? I'll put that another way. If a prisoner died in prison today in Australia, we would expect at the bare minimum a death certificate. If you died in hospital over a period of time, but otherwise an independent coronial inquest. That's absolutely what's expected today. That's absolutely what Britain expected here at Port Arthur. It's no different at all. Under that hospital on the right-hand side, there's a morgue. That's a good thing. That's accountability. You're not here to die, unless you're criminally insane, and then you're supposed to die of old age. If we sent you to Port Arthur, you're supposed to do your 2 to 3 years and be released, a better person. And if that doesn't happen because you're dead, head office in Hobart's going to want to know why. If we dropped the tree on you, if you fell off something and drowned, you got stabbed in a fight, we flogged you and you didn't recover, forms have to be filled out. So killing you on the triangle is problematic. Yep. Now, of course, at the start, they're probably in Hobart more focused on getting the thing actually built than worrying too much about the nitty-gritty. But once it's up and going, accountability very much kicks in. Other problems with flogging. Well, it turns out with your back ripped apart, your productivity takes a mild dip for a while. The biggest problem, though, for the soldiers when it came to flogging convicts is it didn't work. Soldiers are soldiers. And they may care what the regiment thinks of them, but prisoners don't. Quite the opposite. If you've got a man in jail who's hard to manage and you rip his back apart, if he's not dead, I can guarantee he's just become resentful and more difficult to manage. And second or third, flogging his back scar tissue. He probably can't even feel it if he's not dead. What happens if you're tying a man up and he sings a song through the whole thing? It becomes ridiculous, doesn't it? What you actually potentially do with flogging prisoners is make them a real focal point, someone who's put their finger up to the administration. It takes a bad situation and makes it worse. And army officers aren't idiots. When they realise this and they're in a position to do something about it, they do. Flogging ceased at Port Arthur in 1846. Flogging was illegal in a British prison anyway by 1848. Flogging continued in the Victorian prison system, Melbourne, Victoria, until 1958, within the bounds of Victorian law, and it continued illegally in New South Wales until 1960. This is the first prison to stop flogging in Australia. It's not the way it's generally perceived. Why do people come here thinking it's all about blood and gun? Our marketing department, I suspect, is part of that. There was a fair bit of whip dished out here. It's true, it's absolutely part of the story. But Port Arthur runs for far longer without flogging than it ever did with. And those floggings at the start, they were probably illegal. They were illegal. I think they were understandable. Put yourself in the shoes of Captain John Russell, the first commandant down here. None of this exists. He was dropped on the beach with those 30 appalling men with their razor-sharp axes and 12 soldiers, and the ship sailed away. I don't think we should be too surprised that Captain John didn't sit them all down in a circle and hold hands and try and collaboratively move it all forward. It was harsh at the start. Once it could change, it did change. Oh, look, I think the real reason for the reputation down here, if I'm blunt, is you guys. You just keep turning up wanting to hear it. I've done this job for quite a long time, and I've always been fascinated that there is so much interest amongst our visitors in the misery and suffering of our, prisoners 150 years ago in a British system, and there's general indifference when it comes to what goes on in custody today. What does go on today? Exactly what Britain moves to. So our main events, the main drivers for the World Heritage List is up to start.
Okay, come with us, see then, Mark. There's Mark. When we take you to prison in Port Arthur, Tasmania, Australia, with an amazing guide. So interesting and so much fun. Continue. We're going to do part 4 or 5, I'm not sure, in a moment. Greetings from Mark and Eva.